Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Tarot Time, or as I like to call it, One Card Wednesday. Yep, just dubbed that one. So we are presented with the card of Justice. Now, back in the day, probably before I was born, the card of Justice, which is the number 11, and the Strength card were flip-flopped. So traditionally, Justice was the number 8 and Strength was the number 11. But as it seems, Rider Waite, when they started producing their deck, they just figured it was better to flip-flop them for astrological reasons. So they put them in sign order. So there you go, little tarot trivia today. But if you buy a very old deck, you will. There's certain decks that still use that sort of numbering. But okay, moving forward. Enough of that. So Justice is the card of Libra. So if there's any Libras out there, maybe you want to take heed and pay attention. Justice is also the number 11. So if we're asking about twin flames and Justice comes out, it kind of like reaffirms that. Justice talks about a few things. I mean, it does talk about legal action if you're going to court and you have some legal problems going on. But the other thing Justice talks about is if you've been in a situation where things have been unfair and unbalanced, it tells you that Lady Liberty comes in and she balances everything. So in other words, you may have had a disagreement with someone and they accused you of being wrong. And all of a sudden this person comes around and says, you know what? I apologize. You were right. And then you say to that person, what would you like to eat with your crow? Would you like mashed potatoes? So we like the card of Justice. It's got a lot of balancing. If you look at the scales, they are balanced. So it does tell you that if you're going through something right now in your life and you feel like it's very unbalanced, Justice is telling you today something is going to bring into your life a situation that will become balanced. So in other words, Justice is like a helping hand. So if you're going through something, hopefully this makes sense. If you're going through something, Justice today comes in and helps balance out the situation, which is a good thing. It's like I said, it's a helping hand. And I always think that's our Queen of Swords dressed up in her robe. So we're going to invoke the Queen of Swords today. We really like her. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this little trivia tidbit. And everybody, have a great day.